Okay, hello everybody. Hello. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the first day of November. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today is November 1st, 2018, and I welcome you to my very first stream of the month. Hope all of you are doing well. Phil here live on the stream, of course, here today. And, so the Halloween festivities are over. You know, it was a very awesome month, October. We had lots of great gaming, lots of new releases, lots of, fun special events and the like that happened. And it was a really good one, in my opinion. But now it's all over. All the Halloween decorations are down. The spooky stuff is over and done with. As you can see, the pre-stream Halloween fan art is gone. And we're kind of back to normal. However, the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, once Halloween's over, we get a full-on push into the end of the year festivities with the holidays. We got Thanksgiving coming up later this month. In about 3 weeks, it'll be Thanksgiving here in the United States, and I will be, having some special stuff planned for that, including a special holiday edition of Ask the King coming up. Okay. Oh, by the way, Third Eye the Third. Good thing you're here. I want something I want to show everybody. Real quick, let's take a look. Everyone look at your streams now. Look at this. Look how cool this is. I actually have to adjust the webcam here. But Third Eye the Third made this really cool template for Red Dead Redemption 2 for the webcam. And I wanted to show everyone this cool overlay that he made. Pretty sweet, right? I like it. So I want to say shout out to Third Eye the Third. I got this set up for today. He actually put it up on the weekend. I didn't have a chance to do it, but I put it up today. I think this will be really cool for Red Dead, right? Pretty sweet. All right, anyway, just wanted to show that because I saw Third Eye was here. So, yeah, everyone. Before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving, and then before you know it, it'll be Christmas. Okay? And so I just want to say thanks to everyone who, October was a great month. It was a very fun month. Sharing all those live gameplay experiences with all of you. Now we move on to a new one. Okay? And I want to let you guys know what to expect coming up. What's going to be happening with all the gaming and everything. New month means new goals. That's right. New subscriber goals. And I have not solidified them yet. However, today, since it is the first of the month, I figure I'll at least toss out an idea for you guys of what the goals will be, so that people at least have a rough idea of what to expect. When it comes to sub goals. Yes, sub goals are returning, and I didn't do them last month because of what happened with the gifted subs or whatever, but now we're back to normal, okay? And it's kind of fun. It's honestly kind of fun to be back to normal, because as nice as it was to have kind of crazy extra support out of nowhere for a couple of months there, I knew that the bubble would burst and eventually it would all flip on its head. And by the way, just as an addendum to that, just so you guys know, I'm not the only person who that particular person was very generous to, who he's now turned on. It's not just a Phil thing. This guy apparently is a nut job, and everything he was doing on purpose was to then try to break apart the people who he was supposedly supporting on Twitch. So it's not just me. There are other people who he's also doing the same thing to. So I love how people, it's because Phil's an asshole. No, it's because this guy was just a nut job and decided to try to artificially support certain people and then basically screw them over afterward. Only with me, it didn't work. So, there you go. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy that now we get back to normal. I can do sub goals again. We could do this kind of stuff again. It's pretty cool, okay? So we'll talk about that in a moment. We'll talk about that in just a moment, my friends. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to November. Welcome to the fun. A fun month. Half this month is going to be playing great games that were already out, and the second half is going to be playing brand new games. And this is going to be the big, full court push. The big full court push towards the end of the year. Okay? Let's talk. So first of all, today, November 1st, Red Dead Redemption 2 here on my very first gameplay stream, 4+ hours. I do need to give you guys the heads up. I have to stop a little early today, about 30 minutes early. I know usually I stream to around 4 p.m. Pacific time. I have to end around 3:30 today. So apologies for that. Okay, but I'll still be trying to get in roughly around 4 hours of gameplay of Red Dead 2 here on the stream. All right, I'm in Chapter 3. There's a lot of fun stuff that's opened up. whether side content or story missions, they're all pretty good in this game. So looking forward to 4 more hours of Red Dead 2 today on the stream. And in particular, I think that what's going to happen is, as you guys are going to see over the course of this week, people who've been playing this game now for almost a week and who have been playing it hardcore and are way ahead of me, all right, are going to now be joining us. Because a lot of people said initially, you know, we're not going to join you on the streams because we don't want to spoil, but we'll be playing the game constantly. And so once this gets, you know, wrapped up, they'll join. Hold on a second. There's a truck outside. It's loud as shit. That was just a yard waste removal truck. I guess it was our weekly yard waste removal here or something. I was like, what the hell is that? I just want to make sure it was nothing delivering anything or something. I didn't know. All right, so yeah, Red Dead 2. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm now, at this point, I've played it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. No, excuse me, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and then Thursday night. So I'm about 18-ish hours into it. And the game says I'm about a third through it, which makes sense since people said the game's around 60 hours long. So yeah, another 4+ hours, and hopefully, again, what we'll see is more people joining us on the streams now that they're far ahead and they want to get caught up. All right, but in general, everything's been good with the playthrough. I've been enjoying the hell out of the game. The people watching on YouTube are loving it, and the YouTube playthrough's doing good. The streams are doing good. No complaints. Everything's good with Red Dead 2, okay? Later tonight, I'll be doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I know I haven't played that in about a week. We're going to try to progress on and see if I can progress in the story. As you know, we're doing more side content than anything because I need to level up in order to basically continue on with the story. And the last time I played the game, I had a lot of progress, including things like the arena, where I did arena battles and stuff like that, and it was pretty fun. So we'll see what we can do tonight with Assassin's Creed. And tonight, there's potential that I may be able to go a little bit later tonight than usual. Instead of a 2-hour stream, maybe I'll do like a 3-hour stream of Assassin's Creed, especially because I haven't played the game in a while, okay? Tomorrow, Friday, will be more Red Dead Redemption 2 paired with Forza Horizon 4, okay? So for those who really enjoyed the weekly Forza Horizon chill streams, that continues tomorrow night, all right? That should be fun. Then on Saturday, more Red Dead, followed by Dragon Quest 11. So you get your daily or your weekly dose of Dragon Quest this coming Saturday night, all right? And then on Sunday, one more stream of Red Dead before, we take the day off on Monday. That's my weekly day off. And then, next week, again, it'll be kind of more of the same. It'll be a big balance of Red Dead with other content, okay? So that's what you can expect coming up. Now, in the middle of this month, around November 13th, I want to say, there are multiple new game releases, including the Spyro Remastered Collection, the Hitman 2, this is the sequel to Hitman from a few years ago, Fallout 76, all coming out the same week. So all that being said, I need to get as far as possible in Red Dead, if not complete Red Dead, before those games release. I don't know if I will, but I'm damned as well gonna put forward an honest effort to get as far in Red Dead as I possibly can before those games hit, so that way Red Dead doesn't end up in endless limbo. Okay. So we'll see. Now, in addition, a few of the other games that I've been playing, for example, Forza Horizon 4. I don't know how many more sessions there'll be left of that. At this point, I believe, from what I'm to understand, there's only like one more story-based campaign that opens up in the game based on how many levels you have. And I haven't unlocked it yet. So I need to unlock that story-based campaign, wherever it may be. Maybe only a couple more streams of Forza, and I'll pretty much be done with the game, Dragon Quest 11... I am near the end of the game. People are even saying, like, another couple streams, I'll probably beat the main storyline of the game. But then there's an additional 10 hours of content post-game that gives you the true ending. So, we'll see how it goes. But, I'm advancing as much as I can in all these games and making very good progress in Red Dead. So, chances are, by the time that the new releases, do come out in the middle of this month, I will have made very positive progress. And hopefully, we'll be wrapping some stuff up. Okay? Alrighty then. Okay, so that's the deal when it comes to the schedule and everything, guys. So let's talk a little bit about the new month. We're in November. A lot of things rejuvenate and refresh and reset in the new month. And I want to talk a little bit about that. So, as you guys know, subscriber numbers have been all over the friggin' board recently, to the point where it was impossible for me to do subscriber goals for a while there. Now things are back to normal, okay? So, this month, it's all about holiday feeling, holiday spirit. It's all about Christmas. And what I want to do is set up goals here on Twitch for subscribers based on that, okay? So you might say, well, what do you mean? Well, if you remember, guys, last year I did a holiday marathon. And this holiday marathon was very successful. People really seemed to enjoy the holiday marathon. But I also did a holiday-themed podcast, okay? And basically what the theme of that podcast was to go back over the course of the year and let you guys know exactly how things went that year, give you the highs and lows and, everything. It was basically a way for me to get caught up with all you guys because I don't do podcasts all that often anymore. I mean, I haven't done a Hate Live, and I can't even remember the last time I did one. Was it E3? So, I think what I want to do this year is very, very much the same or similar to what I did last year, okay? We'll have a sub-goal where, I'll be doing a Christmas-style marathon. Whether it's exactly on Christmas or a day or two before Christmas is up in the air. More than likely, it will be a day or two before Christmas, okay? But we'll see. And I'll be dressing up for this marathon, and I'll probably, just like last year, be drinking for this marathon. Holiday-themed drinks like eggnog and holiday-themed beers and the like. It seemed to go down pretty well last year. People really seemed to like the event, even though I did get kind of sloshed. I remember I was doing the game where you're an elf and you're, like, mopping up blood. And I got totally sloshed. I couldn't even do it. Okay. So, I think that's really what the subs goal is going to be. And I'm debating doing a tier 2 goal where I do a holiday-themed DSP tries it. I think the first tier goal would be I do this holiday marathon. And then what would happen is the patrons this month who pledge $5 or more this month, next month will be nominating and voting on games to see me play during the Christmas marathon. And actually what I think I'm going to do, okay, something very different. I think it's going to be a Christmas marathon where I'm not limited to play Christmas games. Like last year I did, and it was cool, but I don't think there's that very many Christmas games to play. So instead of being all Christmas games, maybe it could be a combination of you want to see me play a different kind of game during this Christmas event while I'm drinking, right? That could be interesting. So it'll be a combination of me playing Christmas-themed, but then also non-Christmas-themed games for a Christmas-style marathon where I'm dressed up for Christmas, and we have decorations, and I'm drinking, okay? As I say, drunk side Phil, I guess, right? So, yeah, I think that's going to be the Tier 1 goal, and then I think the Tier 2 goal will be a special holiday edition of DSP Tries It, where I try something that's holiday-themed. I don't know what it would be. It could be like a baked good. It could be something traditional from Christmas that maybe I've never had. It could be a lot of things, okay? Since people really seemed to like, when I brought back DSP Tries It last night for the Nightmare King at Burger King, I think it makes sense to do maybe a goal as a special holiday DSP Tries It, okay? So there you go. I think that's going to be the two tier goals for the month. What are the goals? I don't know yet. And the reason I say that is I don't want to do it yet. I maybe want to wait a day or two and think about it. Because, like, I'll be honest, right now, if I were to set up the goals right now, I would set it up as 525 subscribers for the Tier 1 goal, all right? Okay, if we hit 521 subs, we do the Christmas Marathon. If we hit 550 subs, we do the special DSP Tries It. That's what I want to set it up as, but I'm a little afraid because I think I remember at the very beginning of October, we had a lot of people who came in and subbed. If you guys remember, the beginning of October, we had Mega Man 2, we had Forza Horizon 4, we had Fist of the North Star, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and they all premiered within 3 days. And I think we did see a spike in subs during that time. And the last thing I want to do is say, okay, the goal's 525 subs, and then we lose 50 subs overnight, and now it's, like, unattainable. You know what I mean? So I think I maybe want to wait a day or two, and then say, okay, the goals are in place. But that's what I'm thinking, okay? That's exactly what I'm thinking, is those are going to be the goals. Tier 1 goal this month would be Christmas Holiday Marathon, where the patrons will nominate and vote on the games. I'll be, drinking during it. And then this Tier 2 goal will be a special DSP Tries It. Now, something else that I want to throw out there, guys. People have expressed interest in a multiplayer event with me. Now, I have not done any multiplayer events in quite some time. It's been a long time since I set up any kind of a major multiplayer event with viewers or patrons or anybody. There seems to have been some major interest in setting this up. And I think what it is there's certain games, for example, Blackout mode in Black Ops 4, doing like a squads in that, or just standard multiplayer, making a squad and going into standard multiplayer in Black Ops 4. Obviously, there's going to be some major interest once Red Dead Redemption 2's online mode, whatever it's going to be called, whenever it launches, there's going to be interest in people playing that with me, right? And obviously, if Battlefield, if anyone actually ends up buying Battlefield, which I don't know if they will, okay, I'm curious if people would be excited to play that at all. So there are, a few games that people may be interested in playing with me multiplayer. So I'm debating as something completely separate from stream goals, like sub goals, maybe doing a special event this month where people who pledge to Patreon can get in on a multiplayer event. I'm not set on that yet. I think it would be cool to do it maybe around Christmas time when things are slow for gaming. But at the same time, I don't want to commit to it. So, not yet anyway. I want to think about it. I want to think about how would I pull it off and how would it work. Also, I wish we had more information on the Red Dead multiplayer, because right now we don't have any. Is it going to be like GTA Online? Is it going to be different? So we'll see. I'll let you guys know, once more information is available. But I am strongly debating in the next couple of months, maybe doing a multiplayer event where people can join me for multiplayer games, okay? It may not be in December. It may end up being that maybe this ends up being something I do for December, and then it happens in January, okay? One other thing, guys, because I haven't talked about this in a while, okay? There is an event scheduled coming up. It's going to be an Indies Marathon event, and the games are already determined and everything. Like, it's ready to go. The problem is I haven't been able to do it because, as you guys know, I've been so freaking busy with new releases, plus the Halloween event was coming up, which is now over. So now we can start to talk about when will this Indies event happen. It will happen. It's just that I didn't want to interject it and screw stuff up with other things. You know what I mean? So I will probably, around the middle of this month, start talking about it. And more than likely, that event will probably take place near the end of November. Since we just did a marathon of Halloween, it would make more sense to delay that a little longer. But it will happen this month, okay? So expect it. All right, I'll have more details on that coming up. Fair enough, everybody? Okay. So that's really it for what I have to talk about. Like I said, the Halloween decorations are gone. The holiday festivities are over for now. However, Christmas is right around the corner. So remember, for the month of December, I will be decorating again for Christmas. We'll have Christmas stuff going on the whole month. It should be a lot of fun. There are holiday things en route. There will be a special Ask the King on or around Thanksgiving this month. Next month, there's going to be, hopefully, a holiday marathon like there was last year. There should be a special, podcast around Christmas, which should be great. So, pretty cool. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I think that there's a lot to look forward to in the next couple of months. Okay? Fair enough? All right. So guess what, guys? Much like usual, I don't want to spend a lot of time with plugs today at all. So I just want to remind you guys of the ways that you can contribute and keep this stream going. Number one, Patreon at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Like I just mentioned, this would be a great month to pledge $5 or more to my Patreon, because if you do, chances are you'll be nominating and voting on games for this upcoming Christmas event, okay, for me to play during the Christmas event. Check out my Teespring at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. It's a great place to get merchandise of DarkSidePhil or DSPGaming. And just a reminder that with the holidays right around the corner, you may want to think about maybe getting a present for a loved one, a family member, a significant other, or maybe even for yourself. And FYI, Teespring is a pretty good place to get it. The quality of the stuff there is great. In fact, I'm actually wearing a Teespring shirt. Wow, this camera's completely off. That's better. No, that's not better either. I'm wearing a Teespring shirt today, okay? Pretty cool. This is the graffiti design, all right? But, Great quality stuff, and if you want to get it in time for the holidays, you have to order early. Just to forewarn everyone, there is a big, what's the word? Lead time, I guess would be the word. There's lead time when you order stuff off of Teespring. It takes them about 3 weeks to get it to you, so you might want to order way ahead of time, okay? Just throwing that out there. So check that out, teespring.com/stores. Here it is, /DSPGaming. But obviously, if you guys are here live on the stream, if you cheer, sub, or tip, I'll give you a shout out. Please, guys, try to keep it positive. Don't bring up negativity. I know, a lot of negativity and stuff that people want to try to throw at my streams, and I don't want it on here, as you guys know. We're just not going to play that shit. Oh, by the way, I have to change the animations. I still have the Halloween animations up. Oops. I just saw one play. I was like, wait a minute, Halloween's over. So let me get the other animations up. I'll do that right now. But anyway, fun animations to tie in with your contributions. All right. And I'll give you a shout out if you cheer, sub, or tip on the stream. As you guys can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard in effect. All right. That's not going to change. And you can get credit for being the top cheerer or top tipper today. It's very much appreciated if you do contribute in any way, shape, or form. Okay, by the way, I've already updated it. So the animations are now correct. They're back to the more generic style animation since Halloween is now over. Okay. All right, so pretty cool, okay? And I just want to say to anyone who subs, thank you very much. You get access to all the cool emotes in the channel. And I should bring this up. Some people have hit their 2-year anniversary as subs, and they have the diamond crowns. I'm one of them. FYI, the sub loyalty crown badges are going to eventually be updated. I've already heard from Popsicolo. He says that he says it's 2 years now, so the 2-year anniversary of using these things. He wants to update them and make them look a lot better. And he says, no time frame, no promises, but he will work on that, and we'll talk about it in the future. But those should be updated. Okay. All right, guess what? That's it. Let's do shout outs, guys. Okay? So let's do some shout outs for those who contributed. First of all, overnight we had Itachi, who subscribed at tier 1. Thank you very much, Itachi, for the sub. It's actually Itachi Chuahiha 1991, but they said they wanted the name Itachi, but they misspelled it. So thank you, Itachi, for the sub. Golden Cold said a 250-bit cheer. He said, didn't catch the marathon, but hope it went well. In general, I would say it would. People really seemed to like the Halloween costumes. In general, like me being Bob Ross, people were like, wow, this is like really cool that Phil did this. He's in character for a lot of the marathon. They really loved that. And I would say the game selection, as always, for these marathons was hit or miss. I'd say, for example, Saw 2 and Dead by Daylight were really fun to play and actually were really good for the event. Silent Hill Shattered Memories and The Conjuring House were complete busts and a waste of time and boring as shit. And then Resident Evil wasn't bad, but the fact that I've already played the game kind of took a lot away from it. Like, I've already played the damn game. So you've already seen me go through this game, and the gimmick of me playing it on the hardest difficulty is kind of meh. So in my opinion, that was kind of not a bust, but it just wasn't super interesting. But I think that, 2 of the games were really good, and me being Bob Ross and everything, people really seem to enjoy that. So in general, when you actually compare this year's Halloween marathon to previous years, I actually think this went a lot better, because if you remember previous years, a lot of the games, like I remember last year, I think I played Condemned Criminal Origins, as well as, what was the other game? The game where you sneak around as a convict and you're killing people or whatever, and they didn't really translate very well into the Halloween marathon. They were kind of boring games, in my opinion. And I remember, one year in the past, I was playing, there was a brand new Fatal Frame game, and it was very fun for the first 2 hours, and then people got bored as hell of it, and basically the stream kind of died out. It was the opposite. Like yesterday, every time I switched to game, it got more exciting. More people joined the stream, and we're like, wow, Phil's playing a different game. It was nice. It was engaging. People were very supportive. So I think that the Halloween event this year in particular was great. All right. It's just a shame, obviously, some of the negativity and stuff that happened with bullying and the like. I'm not even going to get into it because I really don't want to fucking go off on a tangent on pre-stream today. I don't want to get upset. But, you know, it is what it is. You get scumbags who, you know, take advantage of innocent people. And it's always going to happen. It's just unfortunate that it happened the way it did. And, you know, it's really unfortunate to the people who did it. Because sadly now they're going to see negative repercussions based on what they did. And then they're going to whine and stamp their feet and say, well, there's no one to blame but you. So, good luck with that. Okay. So let's continue on now. Guitar Player tipped me $10 and says, what are the chances of a Red Dead Redemption 2 online working at launch? Yeah, I know. If you guys remember the insane amount of hype around Grand Theft Auto Online, because at the time, people were really wondering what would Grand Theft Auto Online be. It was advertised as it was a completely separate entity. Like, you buy GTA 5 and you're going to get 2 games in one. You'll get the single-player Grand Theft Auto 5 narrative campaign, but also the online play is going to be its own entity in itself, its own organic game, right? And then the thing didn't even work for, like, seriously, it didn't work properly for, like, 2 weeks after launch. No one could play it at launch. No one could play it the next day. When people finally got on, they would drop from the servers. The connections were terrible. It was just an absolute nightmare for a couple of weeks. And, you know, it was basically kind of a situation where, I guess once Grand Theft Auto Online finally worked, people loved it. But it was very disappointing at launch. So, am I expecting Red Dead Redemption Online to work at launch? Probably not. I don't think we have very great chances that it's going to be working perfectly or anything. I think it's going to be messed up. But, you know, that's just that's just an inevitability. Any major game with a major online component at launch typically doesn't work properly at launch. I was actually surprised, okay, that Black Ops 4 this year actually worked at launch. Because typically, Call of Duty doesn't. It usually crashes and does not work at launch. And it actually did, which was like, whoa, you know. But the online play of that game sucks, because the fucking multiplayer is fucking terrible, awful shit. So, incidentally, the online works and the game ends up being crap, right? At least in my opinion, I guess I should say. Okay. Third Eye the Third cheered. By the way, we're now moving on to people who have contributed today. So Third Eye the Third cheered. He says, had to bounce yesterday. I fell asleep during Resident Evil. Sorry to hear, you know, what happened because of you know who. No one deserves to go through something like that. Pat on the shoulder. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Don't worry about it. I appreciate the support, but I don't want to dwell on it today, okay? DevKitGaming Official cheered 50 bits and about 50 shamrocks. A little late for that. I think that, you know, unless you're trying to get the jump on next year's St. Patrick's Day or something. But thank you, DevKitGaming, for the cheer. Judicious Echoes did a 100-bit cheer. That gets him up on the leaderboard as the top cheer for today. He says, eggnog isn't difficult to make or buy, and a sampling of those might make for a good holiday-themed DSP tries it. Well, last year, during the holiday marathon, I drank eggnog. And it was actually quite good. The brand that I got, I don't know what brand I got. It was just whatever was locally at my supermarket over here. And it was actually quite delicious. And I ended up drinking a ton of it during that marathon. But you're right. Maybe I could get like a Christmas-themed liquor. And I could taste that as a DSP tries it. I mean, there's also things like, I haven't had a fruitcake since I was a kid. Imagine I get a local fruitcake and I taste that for DSP tries. Like, there's different holiday-themed DSP tries I could definitely do. You know, if I do a sub goal for that and we hit it. So I think it's actually a really good idea. You know, it's one thing, DSP tries it. I'll be honest with you, kind of got boring for me when I had to basically force myself to find products to do for it over time. It got very boring and very tedious and more work than it was worth. But doing a special thing for holidays, I think, is pretty cool. So, more than likely, yeah, I'll probably try to figure something out. But good suggestion. I got an anonymous dollar tip. And he says, I want to clarify something that I saw you mention on Twitter today. All 74 base game fighters for Smash Ultimate will be available at launch. Piranha Plant is just a free post-launch bonus fighter, and none of the DLC characters are being developed yet. Well, from what I read, K. Rool or whatever isn't even at launch. Like, there's characters that were announced months ago that apparently aren't in the game at launch, but they're all in the promotional art for the game. At least, that's what I read in this IGN article today. They said that K. Rool and another, there were like 2 or 3 characters that were announced previously that I thought were in launch, and they said they're not, but they are coming out later, and there's going to be a DLC pass that will be like a season. I don't know, I'm confused as fuck. I'm reading the IGN article, and they're telling me that certain characters are not at launch. And I'm like, I thought they were. Am I right or am I wrong? Is K. Rool, the villain of Donkey Kong Country, available? King K. Rool, is he a launch character or is he not? Because if he's not, then that's the point I was making. Like, I got hyped. I was getting hyped over characters, and now they're saying they're not going to be there at launch. King K. Rool is launched. Then why did the IGN article say he wasn't? Because the IGN article said it was coming out in a couple of months. Okay. Lolly Isaac Newton says, the amiibo is next year, but the character should be in the game at launch. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god. Well, if that is the case, then I don't care about amiibos. I don't ever want to hear about them. I don't care when they come out. I just, I just don't give a shit. I don't want to know about amiibos. Why the fuck is IGN reporting on fucking amiibos? If that's the case, I'm actually pissed that I read the article and got confused because of amiibos. Of all the things to get confused about, that's the most annoying. Well, anyway, thank you for the anonymous dollar tip. And I'm looking forward to Smash. Smash this year has apparently unprecedented amount of online content. Supposedly. Offline content. Apparently there's going to be a ton of single-player mode, single-player stuff. That's pretty sweet. And I'm looking forward to that. I want to be able to play the game. Because if you remember, I didn't like the last Smash that much because there was almost no single-player content. It was two Smashes ago, the one that was on the Wii, that there was a huge, robust single-player campaign where you would go through with certain characters and fight generic enemies, but also fight bosses, and then you would unlock other characters, and it was this really awesome narrative story mode that I enjoyed playing through. That was before I ever did YouTube, by the way. And they took all that content out of the last Smash. So I'm looking forward to it being back in there. I want to play the campaign, so. Okay. Omnipotent Swaggins cheered and said, Rockstar's online mode is like fine wine. It gets better with age. It's also an acquired taste. If you stuck with it, you probably would have really enjoyed it. It's not a game you could jump into now because it's very competitive. Rockstar's definitely learned with Grand Theft Auto Online, so I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 will be as bad at launch. I mean, I would hope not. Being that Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the most profitable entertainment launches in history, I think that everyone who has the game is going to want to play it online. And if it fails again at launch, you're going to have the same foibles as, years ago with GTA. I would hope that they learn, but if anything, I hate to say I don't get my, I just don't get my hopes up on that stuff. Okay. Alright, guys. So, that's really it. I don't have much else to talk about on the pre-stream. What I would like to do is give credit to the top 10 cheers of the week, because after yesterday, after people being so generous, I want to give some extra credit to those who did contribute. Okay, so let's read the top 10 cheers of the week. We have Geek Room in 10th place, Ripley Atomic in 9th, T. Mariucci in 8th place, Number 1 Mortal in 7th, Crazy Dream in 6th, GC Chick in 5th, Golden Colts in 4th, Himanoma in 3rd, Cuckle Stiltskin in 2nd, and RFHC5 in 1st. Thank you guys so far for your contribution. Keep in mind, we still got today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 more days of streaming this week before I take time off. So, yeah, lots of fun gameplay coming up for you. All right? All right, let's do it. Let's end the pre-stream, everybody, and let's jump back into the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm very excited to see how things go today, and let's do it. Very nice.